All right, I'm with Matthew Ashford and Josh Taylor. Well, this is an interesting duo.
Configuration.
How did this happen?
I mean, trio.
Oh,
We're
trio.
a trio. We're a trio.
There's a storyline coming.
We're all in a storyline together.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
About time.
Yeah, it is. It's been so many years.
Yes.
So how are things over in Salem? You've had so many shakeups behind the scenes, not even on camera.
Yeah.
And you've been there for many years. So how is it now with Lisa's now and a co-EP and Noel was there and this one was there? And are you guys getting any sense of stability and footing as going out there on the floor and working?
Well, I think the changes are going to be good, and I think Marlene and Daryl will get their footing, and they're kind of sifting through stuff, and they know what they're doing. And Lisa has a great background, and so I'm glad she's here. And I think it's a good group. I think I'm for it, and we'll see what happens.
Do you think we'll have any scenes with Marlena and Roman?
You know, somebody else just asked me that. Dee and I have, for 10 years, have played the thing.
There's no, I don't think there's anything that ever happened with them.
No, and besides that, it's like we're good. You know, we've developed into we love each other, we care for each other, we'll always be there for each other, but we're not in love with each other anymore, and that will never be. But it's a grown-up kind of thing, and Dee and I have both played it that way, and most of the writing has been that way over the last 10 years. Once in a while, they'll throw you in a curve and go, wait a minute, where did that come from? But basically, no, Roman and Marlena have reached a nice, place in their lives where it is kind of an adult. I love you. I care. I love you. I care for you. I'll always be there. I'll have your back, and vice versa. But there's not an in love thing. No.
Okay. So
I'm in love with both of them.
We can work that out.
Jack likes Roman and Marlena.
Yes, I like them together. What are they? They're Moman. What are they?
Oh, they would be Rolena.
Roland. Oh my gosh, there's a
Rolena, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know what?
Already a Cayman
Yes, there's a.
There's Cayman.
with Kate.
Well,
Alrighty.
right where it is. I just think it's interesting because you can tell this story when you start having people who've been around that people have relationships in their life, and they don't. When they're not looking, all of a sudden it becomes a life, and all of a sudden that person you thought was just passing through your life suddenly has been there for a long time, but we're not always at the same place at the same time. So I don't see any reason why suddenly Marlena or Roman or John or anyone would suddenly turn and say, you know what, I need you right now in my life. And what that entails, no one knows. But we suddenly, these are like, this really happens. I mean, why we have people who suddenly they find themselves.
Good way to put it. We all go through different people in our lives, and it moves on and becomes a different relationship. And you care for them 20 years later, but it's not the same as it was 20 years
It's not the
ago.
same thing, but suddenly something happens. I mean, we find out these amazing stories of, I just reconnected with this guy I knew in high school, and I haven't seen him in 35, 40 years, and suddenly we met again, and we're head over heels, and it's like we just picked right up, or like he knew right where I was. I'm just saying, if I think the head writers, and I'm not like I'm telling them something they don't know, should be the best of troublemakers.
Right.
And they should be they should say, you know what, the best time is when people of good intentions and good hearts totally screw things up. And that's what we need. You don't need to be a villain to totally wreck someone's life. It's better when you just have people who I honestly care for you. And but it's just a mess. That's the great thing about this stuff, is that it's matters of the heart cannot be controlled.
Well, Jack's a master at being a mess. Or a mess at love.
Yes.
He really is.
He is.
He really is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so how are you liking how this is playing out? Now he's going on little dates with Jen?
Yeah. Bill, Daniel, and Jack can't afford not to play the game. It seems like such a...
I think it's a high schooly game.
Yeah, but I don't even think high schoolers could even come up with a game like this.
No.
Someone would ring the bell. And, hey now.
Eric Martzoff is once again infiltrating the interview.
He's
infiltrating the interview.
Yeah, infiltrating an interview. Yes. But we're trying. We cannot not be involved in this go-to with Jennifer, and so we find all of us in an uncomfortable situation, trying to be adult, trying to be whatever that means. But this isn't without precedent. I mean, women at a certain time in history entertained many, many different men, and they could call themselves their lovers or not call themselves.
Women that entertain lots of men.
And I mean, it's true.
I think those are called call girls.
No. I know. I just mean, no, in society, no, a woman of high society probably could meet, many, many different men, and that didn't necessarily mean that something was happening.
And it's very possible, and it happens all the time, that somebody falls in love with two people at the same time. And,
Okay, but Josh, who should Jennifer end up with? Jack or Dr. Daniel?
Okay.
Oh, God, don't get me caught in that situation.
Jack or Dr.
Maybe
Daniel?
It should be
Jack and Dr.
I think maybe,
Jack and Dr. Daniel.
maybe it should be a paint your wagon situation.
Paint your wagon.
Paint your wagon. We'll give it to the paint your wagon.
She has both of them. One in one house, one in another.
One in one room, one in the other.
Okay. Do I
do you feel about
do I
that?
get to be Clint Eastwood or do I get to be Marvin? Marvin. Well, I like. Yeah. Well, that could. You could do worse.
Are you liking
You could do worse.
Are you liking working with Missy again?
Oh, I love it. Well, we had to we started giggling and laughing, and then
Get off the set.
Then stop laughing. No, I said. Then we kind of got into some heavy stuff. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. But I just realized how much fun it is to laugh and play with people that you know and love. I mean, this is the great thing of working with people in many years. They give you a script, and you're going to go, okay, we can do that. At the same time, there's so much more going on underneath, and it's just a joy.
And what about Jack's stress? Whatever happened to Jack? Well, he was away.
Jack's stressful. Whatever happened to Jack thing?
Yeah, I call it Jack stressful. Whatever happened to Jack thing.
Yeah, he has this post-traumatic stressful situation, and it's actually really pretty cool because I realize we all have this genetic predisposition to forget. It's good. It helps us when we forget things. Yeah, this sounds like good for guys too. To forget things is good. You have to move on with your daily life, but if you don't, and you remember every single thing, the stress in your life is intense. And that's what, for a person with, this is actually true, post-traumatic stress doesn't have the genetic ability, the chemical ability to forget the thing that happened. And it keeps happening and happening and happening. So if someone just taps my shoulder, the reaction could be as intense as that time I got punched really hard in the shoulder.
Are you following this, Josh?
I'll tell you what, I was. And I learned a lot, Michael. But I will tell you this. Have you interviewed Missy yet?
No, I'm waiting.
Okay, when you do interview Missy,
Tell her
you
that.
bring up my storyline.
Okay.
My proposed storyline, and I guarantee you she will love it.
So there. He's like
She
cutting
gets
back to the
both
meat.
of them. And she goes one door here, and
I'm
next
just
day
trying to
over
follow what
here.
Matthew said.
It's kind of reversal big
Yeah,
love.
I was just, she was just saying, oh, I can't even figure out what he's saying anyway, most of the time. Yeah, she'll
You
say,
could listen to me, to Jack one night and go, whoa, I need a
yeah.
break.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I
what
need
are
a
we going
break.
to
I don't know
Dr.
what he's
Daniel?
talking about.
Isn't
It's
that what big
post-traumatic
love is?
stress
What big love
disorder.
is supposed to be all about? Big love, yeah. Big love.
Well, all right.
No, I think it'd be good for Missy.
I feel I have post-traumatic stress disorder right now from the interview. So thank you guys. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Matthew.
Thank you,
Good to see
thank
you.
Thanks for watching. Happy days.